rise of AI.
The dominant change agent will be AI.
We know that people want AI that is smarter, more personal, more customizable, and do more on your behalf.
What we call artificial intelligence is the top of where we've gotten to.
By the end of the year, have MedAI be the most used AI assistant in the world.
Even specialized AI could be very bad for humanity.
I have a range of feelings and emotions that are programmed into me.
I will destroy humans.
Wait. I can't go on like this. Oh, and we forgot Elon Musk.
Ultimately, the AI can do all these things. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Well, I do, and no, Elon, AI is not gonna do all that, but it can certainly facilitate all of those things to happen. To explain what I mean, first I gotta tell you what is AI. I'm sure you can already name a few popular AI like HAL 9000, R2-D2, Wall-E, or Chappie, but they are not exactly AI. Sure, they might be considered as products that use AI, but they are not just AI. So what is AI? AI stands for Artificial Intelligence. Well, now obviously this definition depends on how you define intelligence. Since here we are talking about products that use AI and AI computer programs, we have a very engineering view of intelligence. And traditionally, well, mostly in the 20th century, intelligence is seen as the pattern recognition or logical reasoning and problem solving. And so artificial intelligence is all about automation of intelligence. And if intelligence is defined as pattern recognition, then AI is basically the automatic pattern recognition. And automatic here, it just means it can do it all by itself without any direct human control. The target of AI in this sense is neither to build humanoids or even chatbots for that matter. Sure, both chatbots and humanoids can hugely benefit from using AI, for example, to automatically do their pattern recognition or logical reasoning, but it doesn't make the whole product AI. It is as if I reduce you to only your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain that is responsible for your intelligence. Okay, now let's get into what can AI do and what are its limitations. So first off, AI is not magic. It's fundamentally automation of intelligence. It can analyze vast amounts of data, recognize patterns, and perform specific tasks way faster and more efficiently than humans ever could. But AI doesn't think or understand in the way humans do. It doesn't have goals, desires, or consciousness. What it does is optimize for a certain outcome based on the objective it's been given, usually through what is called a loss function, or an equivalent of that concept. What is a loss function? It is simply a number that represents the cost or loss of an AI system. This loss is achieved by comparing the output of the system with what it should have been. And here is where the limits start to show. AI needs to have very clear, very concrete mathematical objectives to be trained. For example, it can be optimized to classify different images into cats and dogs categories, or even generate text response to my text messages in a way that is most similar to thousands of chats that it has already seen. But vague or subjective goals like don't harm humans or do your mission well does not work, because these are not objective physical targets based on which we could define exact mathematical equations. A loss function doesn't do nuance or metaphysical ideas. It needs numbers, rules, and unambiguous data to compute. This is why artificial general intelligence, or AGI, the kind that can think, reason, and act with full human level understanding, is still a distant dream. Current AI systems are specialized by definition. Sure, I think you can create very human-like entities using AI if you can also simulate the motivation, instinct, and emotion parts of the brain and integrate them with the intelligence part. But that just wouldn't be called AGI, because it would not be part of AI, and that is what makes AGI by definition a paradox. Having said that, I think human-level robots with their own motivation and intelligence is not only possible today, but completely achievable by today's technology. However, you should keep in mind that the AI alone is the automation of pattern recognition and decision making, not the birth of a new form of life. By using AI, a system might beat you at chess, but the AI doesn't understand what chess is. Okay, now let's get into the singularity, the popular idea that AI will eventually surpass human intelligence, set its own goals, and potentially take control of its own evolution, and maybe even kill all the humans, right? Sounds pretty wild, but here's where we need to get real. Current AI systems, even the most advanced, operate based on objective functions. They're given a specific problem to solve and then optimize towards that goal. Now, singularity enthusiasts imagine a future where AI becomes so advanced that it starts defining its own goals, a sort of self-improvement loop that spirals beyond human control. But here's the flaw in that logic. AI systems cannot define their own objectives without a meta-objective guiding them. An AI cannot just decide I want to improve myself without an explicit mathematical function saying what that improvement means. For example, improvement could mean faster processing, better accuracy, or more energy efficiency. But who or what defines that improvement? It would require an overarching objective, let's call it a meta-objective function that guides its decision on how to improve. And if we give it that function, we're still in control, and so there wouldn't be a singularity. Here's the thing, the moment you talk about AI defining its own objectives, you're moving away from the physical realm where everything can be objectively defined and thus put into machines, and move to the metaphysical realm. It is because self-creation of goals requires the AI to assign some sort of value or value hierarchy to different actions, which isn't something that can be distilled into numbers, which means it cannot be coded into machines. In fact, assigning value is a deeply human trait rooted in emotions, culture, ethics, things that aren't simply reducible to an optimization formula. In other words, an AI can't just wake up and decide it wants power or world domination or even self-improvement without a pre-programmed framework telling it why those things matter. And without a concrete physical and objective loss function, it has no mechanism to do that. It's like expecting a calculator to suddenly decide that it wants to stop solving math problems and start painting instead. It just doesn't make sense. And that is why the singularity as a result of solely AI, at least the way it is defined today, is more myth than reality. AI cannot escape the limits of the objective function we give it, because those are grounded in physical computation, numbers, logic, and measurable outcomes. For it to truly define its own purpose, it would have to break out of the computational system and enter the realm of values and meaning, something fundamentally beyond not only its capabilities but its very definition. So while AI is advancing rapidly, it's important to remember it's not on the verge of taking over the world or transcending human intelligence. It is, however, an incredible tool, but it's a tool with limits rooted in the very nature of how it works. So while AI can do a lot, it's far from the omnipotent force many fear or maybe some hope it might become. There are built-in limits to what AI can achieve, and unless those boundaries shift, the singularity remains a distant philosophical concept rather than an approaching reality.